Hi.
Oh, hello.
How's it going, everybody?
So, we are calling our fans and listeners goslings now.
Oh, boy.
That's a new thing.
All four of them.
Yeah. Want to shout out to Jen, friend of the podcast and listener and fan.
It's a good idea.
Yeah,
I don't know how much I like being a Papa Goose, but I can roll with this.
You'll go with it.
You'll go with it because I said so.
You'll be a Papa Goose.
Because I said so.
You don't get a choice.
All right.
All right.
Welcome back. This is episode 6.
Yeah, but again, thanks to Jen for that, and she sent in a bunch of suggestions.
That's sweet.
For topics, which we appreciate. We threw them all on our list, and we're looking forward to doing a deep dive into some of those pretty soon here. So
yeah, that'll be fun.
if you guys have any suggestions, please send them our way. Our email's at the end of the show. You'll hear it there.
It's also just now, it's goosechasepodcast@gmail.com. So send us stuff. We like stuff.
Yeah.
So we're back. This week I'm going to have a topic to talk about that you have sent me out to look after, to go down the deep hole of the internet and find out what kind of weird mush is in there.
Yeah, you guys can't tell, but I'm excitedly wagging my tail.
You're like just doing a little wiggle. And appropriately so, because this is a good one. But I want to start us off like we do every week with the weekly news quiz. Or 2 Lies and a Truth. This one is, I had fun with this one. So the rules of this one, if you're listening for the first time, I present 2 false stories and 1 true story. And oh gosh, I was going to say quizzy guessing for, but I already said that. So.
Oh, we didn't introduce each other.
Nah, right.
This is little drugsy baby.
And across from me is Glasses Nerdy Port.
It works. Alright. It's what my mama calls me.
So, 2 of these stories are not true. One of them is. It will be up to you to determine which of them is the true story. Are you ready?
Come at me, bro.
Okay. First story. This year, a beer named the Pissner, whose grains were fertilized with 50,000 liters of festival-goers' urine, goes on sale in Denmark. The Pissner.
Is it spelled P-I-S-S?
It's spelled like piss with ner at the end. Pissner.
Okay.
The second one. The newly discovered journals of Alexander Graham Bell reveal his first words over radio were not, "Come here, Watson, I need you." They were, in fact, "Oh, damn," when he spilled his inkwell on his desk as he was attempting to push the button.
Okay.
His official first word over the radio was, "Oh, damn."
That sounds like something I might do.
It's a nice, well, anyway.
It's quaint.
And the third story. A new Silicon Valley startup named Tweaker this week sought crowdfunding for an app that helps users find other users with similar tastes in drugs. It raised $1.8 million on Kickstarter before being pulled for violating their terms and conditions.
These are good.
I like this one. This one's fun.
Okay.
Recap. A beer named the Pissner goes on sale in Denmark. It was fertilized with 50,000 liters of festival-goers' urine.
What do you mean fertilized?
The grains were fertilized with 50,000 liters of piss. The Pissner. Number 2.
I kind of believe that. Okay.
Number 2. Alexander Graham Bell's first words over the radio, the telephone, were not "Watson, come here, I need you," but "Oh, damn," when he spilled his inkwell when he was attempting to press the transmission button.
Okay.
3. New Silicon Valley startup named Tweaker, which seeks crowdfunding for an app that helps other users find other users with similar tastes in drugs, raised $1.8 million before being pulled from Kickstarter.
This is really tough.
I kind of think these are pretty good.
This is really tough. Okay, so in regards to the first one, the Pissner.
Pissner.
I kind of buy it, but here's the thing. I don't have a green thumb at all. I can't grow things. I can't keep plants
Let alone
alive.
a yellow thumb.
Right. But I just don't know if urine can actually be used as a fertilizer. Like, I know manure can, but I just don't know, like, if that is something that would be used to actually fertilize.
Wait till you get a load of the Poopner, which is coming out in 2018.
That I believe. I would be, if it was poop, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
The Poopner, next in line.
Especially in festival goers' poop. It's probably rich in something. I don't know.
Yeah, gravy and pepperoni and, I don't know, breakfast shits. Probably, I don't know.
Lots of
Pretty
other
disgusting.
alcohol. Okay. And then the
Second one, Alexander Graham Bell saying, "Oh damn," as he spills his inkwell, reaching for the transmission button. Oh damn! I actually really like that interpretation. It's just, oh damn.
And
He doesn't even talk
the
like
last
that.
one is the startup.
Yes. Tweaker.
God, this is so hard.
By the way, Tweaker is spelled Tweakr. Much like grinder or tumbler.
Okay. I believe all of them. But one of them is actually real.
One of them is real. Are you playing along out there in podcast land?
Yeah. Let us know how you guys are doing on these quizzes. Tell us how dumb I am.
They make us feel right foolish every week.
And we're just getting better at the lies. I'm going to say that the real one is Tweaker.
Tweaker, the crowdfunding app for drug users to find other drug users.
Shut down by Kickstarter, whatever, because...
For violating their terms and conditions.
Yes.
You are absolutely wrong!
I got real excited for a second.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't resist the urge to do that thing.
Your eyes, flashed over.
I know. I got excited. I stumped you.
Okay, what was the real one?
The real one is the Pissner. I kid you not.
I was really torn. I wanted Alexander Graham Bell to have said, oh, damn.
Me too. I thought that's such a human thing.
Yeah.
But I also realized, I'm like, well, I don't know if he'd really write that in his journal, but it's just plausible enough.
Yeah. Okay, so they really did fertilize.
They really fertilized all the grain for this Pissner beer with 50,000 liters of piss they collected from festival goers. They watered and fertilized the grains with it grew a beer.
These craft brew people do a lot of weird stuff with beer.
Some weirdos.
I believe that they would do something like that.
Yes.
I just don't know enough about, using piss as fertilizer.
Well, it seems counterintuitive to me. I really thought you put piss on something that dies.
Like nitrogen rich, right?
I guess. I don't know what's in piss anyway.
Acid, too much of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the right amounts,
They might have balanced it with something.
Some coffee and a little bit of poop.
A little bit of poop. Just make a nice poop slurry.
Yeah.
And just sprinkle that on them doodads.
Disgusting milkshake pepper.
This must have reeked. It takes a decent amount of grain, to make a commercial beer.
How did they collect the festival?
That's a very good question, which I did not get the answer to. I would love for you to use your imagination. What I think probably happened...
Porta potties.
Here's the thing, though. The pee and the poop all gets mixed up in there. I don't know how they would do it.
I know.
I feel like what they probably did is set up a booth, like a bathroom booth, and they're like, listen... You can go and pee in here. Bring your sample back to us in a bottle, this sealed bottle, and we'll just load up the truck with them.
I'm thinking maybe they had a porta potty or some kind of thing set up that was like, this is just for pee. If you want your pee to be used to make this beer we're gonna make, just use this.
But how do they not guarantee they didn't get a turd in the punch bowl?
They had to have someone be there, grilling drunk festival goers before they go into the bathroom and be like, only piss.
Yeah.
Because people can't even separate their recyclables.
I know. That's a really good point. I mean, I'm thinking...
Like, they can't even get the trash in the trash bin and the plastic in the plastic.
That's what I'm thinking is you're going to trust the goodwill of some drunk people that
and
while they're having that piss...
Possibly more than drunk. Like,
they don't squeeze out a little duke while they're at it. Maybe there was. Maybe there was some. I don't know. Probably.
I don't know. Poop is good for fertilizer. They probably were just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
We just won't tell them.
We'll just collect whatever waste. You know, if there's some turds in there, it's fine. This is real gross.
Bonus.
I apologize. But that was the real story.
Okay. Here's
Shockingly.
my other question.
Yeah.
Would you drink it?
Would I drink the beer?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd try it.
I would try it.
I'm not too proud to try some pissy beer.
The thing is, it goes through the whole...
boiled.
It gets, first of all, whatever, the grains get boiled and sanitized. It's not like the piss is all over the grain. I mean, it pulls stuff up and nutrients and stuff, but I don't think it's basically a piss grain. I don't think it's really like that. I would think it's probably, like a normal, you pee on an apple tree, you're going to still eat the apple, right?
Probably. This seems like a simile that, like, you're acting like it's a really common thing to say, but I don't think it is.
No, it's not. It's not an expression. I'm just saying, like, it seems grosser. I think the reason it seems grosser is because the end product is still a yellowy water
like
thing.
piss.
Yeah, that foams when you pour it. Like, it does. It still looks gross.
I don't know. I drink it. You guys can let us know if you would.
I would drink the Pissner in a heartbeat. I'm just saying. Anyone out there, I'll take the challenge.
I don't know if you guys know, but little Drugsy baby is a little brew baby.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe I'll make my own piss beer and see what happens.
Maybe you will.
Maybe I will.
I'll piss all over it.
I mean, I could grow my own hops here for beer making. Maybe I'll just piss on them and see what happens.
All right.
Yeah. And then not tell anybody.
Dave homebrews.
Mm-hmm.
So,
in fact,
topics of beer and brewing are close to our heart.
In fact, on Sunday, I brewed my very first Drogtoberfest, which is sitting right in front of us here.
Yeah, it looked and smelled really delicious.
It's gonna be a little monster. It's gonna be a little monster ready just in time for Halloween, probably, which is gonna be nice. Anyway, so that does it for the news quiz. Unfortunately, I mean, I stumped you. I stumped you good.
So you have gotten one of these right.
Just one.
And I have failed.
So I think I'm 1 for 3, and you are currently 0 for 3. If I am keeping track properly.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's designed to be a hard game.
Yeah.
Plausibility being,
disappointed in myself.
Nope. Just, this is... Don't be disappointed in yourself. Be impressed with me.
I am impressed by you.
But anyway, so that does it for that. I know that you wanted to take the second segment of the show to talk a little bit about our trip to New York.
Yeah, this is the first time we've recorded since we've been back, and
Yes.
I honestly had no other segment prepared, so I figured we could just talk about what we did and how good a time we had. And
It was awesome.
I'm drinking out of my Depeche Mode mug that you got for me.
That I drunkenly insisted on.
You did insist on it. It was a little weird, but I'm actually really happy I have it now. Because we went to, the last night we were there, we went to Madison Square Garden to see Depeche Mode.
Right across the street from our little rat hole of a hotel room.
That place was a shithole.
It's my sleep apnea mask still smells of stale smoke from that place. It had its own smell.
Yeah.
It's, I feel bad hating on it, but it was not nice.
It was rough. So the hotel, I took pictures of the door of the hotel because it looked out straight out of Shining. It was creepy.
I thought of BioShock.
Yeah, it really had that kind of feel.
Like it hadn't been updated since the 40s.
Yeah, I think the decor was probably actually more like 60s, 70s, but it was not. It was not good.
Yeah.
They needed a fresh coat of paint on all the walls. There's just marks on all the walls. No one's
and the
done
floor.
anything.
There was a weird worm-shaped burn on the floor, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
And
looks like the floor has hookworm.
The carpet was real thin.
Yeah, it was.
It looked almost like AstroTurf.
You can only think of how much just human fluid had been absorbed into that thing.
The first thing we did was strip the bed
Yeah.
and look
Check.
for evidence of bed bugs, and the mattress was actually very clean.
The mattress is very clean and soft. It's nice to sleep on. This is at the Hotel Pennsylvania, which is it's a known quantity in New York because it's in a really, really good location and it's really cheap.
Literally across the street from Madison Square Garden. And we got a decent price for New York.
Yeah, this is where people who don't care that much about accommodations but want subway access in a decent location go.
Right. And you do have access to, there's a gym right behind the hotel.
Yeah.
It's not in the hotel, but there is a gym behind the hotel that you have access to when you stay at the hotel. I didn't get a chance to use it. We were only there for 4 days, but it had a pool and stuff. So had we been there longer, I could have used that gym. So they do have accommodations. It's just you get what you pay for.
Sure.
You know what you're signing up for. But yeah, we walked into that room and we're like, ooh.
Yeah. So what do we do for our first day? The first morning.
Well, the first day when we got there, we ended up getting stuck in traffic.
Yeah, that's terrible.
In New Jersey.
Yeah.
And
someone died too. It was fucked
it was bad. It was we were upset because we were stuck in traffic for 2 hours, and then we're upset because the reason we're stuck in traffic for 2 hours is because there was a horrific car accident in New Jersey on our way into New York, and at least one person lost their life. So it was just
it was grim.
A horrible setup for everyone on the bus. No one is happy.
I was flipping my shit. I couldn't. I was really getting freaked out. I was having a hard time.
You also hadn't had nicotine in a while.
It was starting to get dicey in there. I was very close to saying to the bus driver, listen, I'm gonna exit this bus on the stopped freeway. And you're just going to let me do it.
Yeah. So, to paint a picture of how bad that it wasn't at one point we weren't even inching forward. We were just stopped because they shut down all 4 lanes of this highway because the accident was so bad that they had to do the investigation. So they were rerouting people. There was a detour. But by the time we got to that point, the detour was shut down too. Yeah. So we had to sit and wait until the investigation was over and they cleared the road before we could go. So that was an extra 2 hours. We got in at 8:30 instead of 5:30.
We got in at night. We walked over to the halal cart, got ourselves a nice little chicken platter. We'll get back to that. I don't want to take too long talking about New York, but I want to hit the highlights.
We made friends with that halal cart guy.
We made friends with
the only time we ate there.
That dude was a godsend.
He was nice, and he was talking on the phone the whole time.
Yeah.
On his headset. He was only half paying attention to us, but the food was so good.
We had a really decent halal. We laid down at the hotel room. We watched TV. We fell asleep. In the morning, Saturday morning, I actually forget what we did first.
Saturday morning, we went to Soho.
That's right. We went down to Bite Lip Lab.
Yeah. We got there super early because our MO is generally to go early to wherever we have to go. Yeah. Check out where it is and then kind of walk around the surrounding area and see what we see until we have to be there. Yeah. Because we just like to explore. Mm-hmm. So we did that. We saw where Bite Lip Labs was. And then we got some coffee across the street. Mm-hmm. We walked all around.
You met dogs named Mango and Chutney.
Goodness. Yes. Mango and Chutney.
And we met a lot of dogs.
And then I think Nero and Plato.
Nice.
Those were my first Shiba Inus that I've ever met in person. A lot smaller than I thought they'd be. Yeah. Met a lot of dogs in New York.
We walked around a bunch more. Went back to Bite. Took care of business, getting some really nice lipstick made for you.
I got 2 lipsticks made, and the person who helped me was really, really nice, and she took a lot of time with me. Mm-hmm. A couple people came in to see if they could fit in for an appointment. And she was very nice about letting them know whether or not she'd be able to help them, but also focus on me and not make me feel rushed. Let me try as many different shades of lipstick as I want. Uh-huh. She was really good at from my descriptions, doing exactly what I had in my head, which is impressive. Yeah. Dave, I think, had a good time seeing the process.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun. I really enjoyed that. I think we went back to the hotel room for a bit, and then we went down to Chinatown. We walked all over Chinatown.
We did that.
Which was super fascinating, always is to me. Such a strange
area.
area.
In Soho, we had Prince Street Pizza.
Yeah, that's right. We had Prince Street Pizza.
Which was really good.
Packed with pepperoni. And then we went over...
I'm a fan of the First We Feast channel on YouTube, and they have some videos about Prince Street Pizza. So if you're going to New York, check them out. It's so good.
It was really well worth it. It was expensive pizza, but bomb.
Yeah, we also got 4 slices when we really needed just 2.
I know. We vastly overestimated. And then we went to Dough to eat cookie dough ice cream, basically. It's just cookie dough in a bowl with a spoon. It was incredible.
That was good.
Walked around NYU campus, stopped and ate and drank our root beers, and we went back to the hotel and then down to Chinatown again. So that's where we spent some time walking around there. We went to a secret show, which was super cool. It was in this loft, basically.
Yeah, so the idea of these secret shows is that you go on the website. It's sofarsounds.com.
Yeah.
And you look up your area and see if there are shows going on. They tell you the general area that there's going to be a show. Mm-hmm. If you're interested, you click a button and say you want to go and put in your information, and then they get back to you and tell you whether or not you can go to the show. Because these venues aren't big. Sometimes it's someone's apartment or house.
Yeah.
So they decide how many people and who gets to go to the show. And then if you're accepted, you can buy up to 3 tickets. It's $15 a pop.
Yeah.
So we got accepted to the one in Chinatown, and Dave was freaking out because he thought it was going to be someone's home.
I thought for sure we were going to walk into something real weird, like some dude's living room.
He kept talking about it on Facebook because he was sure we were going to be murdered, which I understand.
It didn't seem right at all. No part of it seemed right.
I'm a fan of My Favorite Murder, and I'm in their Facebook group. And I'm in some of their offshoot Facebook groups, and someone in one of those groups is the person who suggested doing this and had done it multiple times. Yeah. So I was like, another murderino suggested it. It's probably not going to get me killed. So I was a little bit less nervous than you were, but I understood the trepidation. The show was so good, though.
It was a really good show. There were probably about 75 to 100 people in attendance, I would think. Something like
less than that.
Something like, I don't know.
Around there.
We had a really cool time. It was a really wild experience to just be in this place, be let
intimate.
In. Yeah, very intimate acoustic setting. A little bit of electric guitar, but for the most part, quiet.
Yeah, 4 acts played. Usually with those shows, there's 3, but this time there's 4. Yeah. And the whole idea of the secret show just emphasizes respecting the music and the musicians, being very quiet during the sets, chatting with each other in between, and getting to meet some of the musicians and interact with them, which is really nice. But just being around other people that are there just for the music. And everyone was great. Yeah. Some of it was weird and silly. Some of it was really serious. Some of it was very impactful.
There was a butt ton of cider.
There's a lot of free cider, and I got a little bit drunk.
I want to shorten this story because I don't want to make everyone listen through every little thing we did.
Moving on.
Yeah, the next day we walked all over Central Park, had a nice breakfast, went up to the Upper West Side, had some beer, and then took off downtown again. We went to the test kitchen for Chipotle and had their queso, which turns out Chipotle queso is in Austintown now, first of all. Yeah. And second of all, it's not that good.
It's not.
I don't think you should eat the Chipotle queso. It's just grainy and felt like it came out of a powder bag.
Yeah, it probably does.
It almost definitely does, which is sad.
We also went to the 9/11 memorial that day.
That was a very, very moving experience.
We were going to see some comedy that night, and as we were there at the memorial, we took it in, and then we kind of had to go sit down and talk through what we were feeling.
Yeah, we had a profound reaction.
So we talked about it a little bit, and I think at one point I looked at you and went, this is a really good idea to do this right before going to see comedy. Just really setting ourselves up.
Which then we basically did. We went to Chipotle, and then we walked up to the UCB in Chelsea, and we got to see a live Ass Cat show, which is a long-running UCB improv show that was just amazing. Saw a couple of people we recognized, had a great time. It was super funny.
I couldn't have been happier
Yeah.
with that show. I was so impressed. And now when I see shows that have a couple of those people in them, I have so much fun pointing out to like my mom and my stepdad and be like, oh, you watched Silicon? Well, this guy who's in that show, I saw him do comedy live. I saw him do improv.
Yeah, everybody was basically on fire. I mean, they were really, really good.
Great. I mean, it's UCB.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be great.
It's among the best, period.
It was a really good time, and we've already decided that the next time we go to New York, we're going to try to hit a UCB show like every single night.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
It was that fun.
I could do that 2 times. I could go to both shows every day that we're there and just, that's money well spent.
Mm-hmm. And it was relatively cheap. It was $12 for both of us to get into the early show.
That's like not bad at all. That's dirt cheap for what you get. That's the price of a movie ticket, for God's sake.
It's really cheap quality entertainment. And if you're into comedy, if you want to see some people you might recognize and other people that you are just like kind of up and coming, go see some UCB shows. You can't go wrong with that. So that was a really, really good experience.
Next day, we got up. That was the day we went to breakfast, wasn't it? When we went to the diner. That was the next... Oh, no. The next day, we went down to the Southside Seaport. We popped into a deli. We grabbed a Reuben at like 11 o'clock. We could barely walk around because our little tootsies were just like in pain. But we did anyway.
And a chocolate-covered cannoli.
That was great. Walking was so difficult, but we did. We walked around the financial district, a little bit. We...
tried to go to a yarn store, but it wasn't open.
It was just like we went up an elevator and we popped out at what was like an office and maybe an apartment, and neither looked inviting, and we left.
So I've been to yarn stores in like yarn factories in really weird places.
Yeah.
So it didn't faze me that much. But I saw the sign on the door. It was definitely in that building. It just, no one was there.
Right. They were open, but they weren't open.
Right. So whatever. No harm, no foul.
We left from there. We went, gosh, I actually am starting to lose.
Did we go back to the hotel?
We did. Because actually at this point we were melted down. We spent a lot of time relaxing at the hotel. We went to get sushi in a weird location where there were just these guys sitting around.
Front for something, but we don't know what. The sushi was delicious.
The sushi was great.
And it was kosher.
So Jewish friendly sushi.
Yeah.
But there were 3 guys sitting in chairs on their phones outside the place, and no one's order was. They weren't like waiting for an order, so I don't know what the hell they were really doing. And then we went back to the hotel, ate. I drank some beer. You drank some beer. We went over to Madison Square Garden, and we saw motherfucking Depeche Mode.
So I knew I'd have a good time because I'd seen them once before. I saw them at Lollapalooza many years ago. Many years ago. And obviously it was a good show, but it was very different because it was an outdoor show, so it was really nice to see them in like Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
But I was more excited to see your reaction.
I was blown away. I'm not even really that big a Depeche Mode listener. I'm the kind of guy who like can name like 1 or 2 of their songs, and that's it. I was really impressed. And these dudes are not young anymore. They are not young anymore, and they
55 and up.
They're rocking like they're in their 20s still. Dave Gahan shaking his little tush out there.
He literally
goes
his little tush.
He goes on the catwalk at that. He shook his little tush on the catwalk like Right Said Fred.
Catwalk extending from one side of the stage, and he'd occasionally go out there and flaunt his stuff. They have a little catwalk.
And people are flipping out at Dave Gahan's booty, and I'm just up there like, this is insane.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a very cool experience, very cool set, great venue. We drank some Tecate, which is a beer that I have not been drinking very much, and now I know that it exists, and I don't really want it again.
It was just expensive, and
it
was there.
Like $10, can of Tecate beer that I didn't like very much, and I did. I think 2. Did I do 2 of them? Maybe just the one. I forget.
I don't know.
Anyway, Really cool time. That was basically it. The next day we got our booties in an Uber and headed for the bus stop. Mm-hmm. But
and then our bus driver hit a city bus.
Oh God! So yeah, like as if the trip there wasn't bad enough with the traffic congestion. On the way out of New York, she hits a city bus, and then we have to sit there and wait for her to get hit. For him, the city bus, to get his supervisor on the horn to figure out if he could authorize us to leave.
My favorite part is that as we were leaving the pickup site, someone came late to get on the bus, and we were already running a little bit behind, and the bus driver or whoever was like, no, I can't stop for you. Like, you were supposed to be here at this time. No, we have to go. And then, like, not even 5 blocks away, we ended up being stopped for, like, 45 minutes to an hour because she clipped a city bus, and we had to wait for the guy's supervisor.
I think at that point, that person got on, right?
Did she?
I think that was when they came up the stairs. Wasn't it while we were stopped there? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter.
I didn't think she ever came on the bus.
I hope she took advantage of the chaos to get on the bus. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically our trip to New York in a nutshell. It was really, really fun. I love that city. We'll
definitely go back and do more exploring and see some new stuff.
There's lots of stuff we didn't even mention here, but just like all kinds of good, wholesome little experiences.
Mostly walking around and just seeing what there is to see, because that's just what we like to do. Yeah. We're not super touristy people. We like to hit up some sites, but we just like to drink it all in.
Yeah, I like to take in a place's people and its culture. Yeah. I'm not there to see shows necessarily. I'm not there to hang out in Times Square, go to Broadway, eat at the world's most expensive Red Lobster. That's not my thing.
Dave, I want lobster.
That's such a goofy story, I swear to God. I don't want to get into that one right now, but...
another time.
Yeah, so, we had a really good time. It's a fascinating city. I can have fun there doing just about nothing. It's like a dream someday to live there for a little bit, maybe. I mean, I would...
Or live in a city, someplace more city-like than
really,
Youngstown.
I would love to live in New York for a year of my life. I only get probably 60-some of them. I'm guessing I'm going to die in my 60s. That's my prediction. So a 60th of my life should be spent in New York.
Okay. When you turn 59, shipping you to New York. So that's that segment. That's what we did in New York. We had a really good time. It was a great experience. Yeah. We're gonna do that again. I want to plan a similar trip to Chicago because I lived there for a few years. Yeah. And would like to do something similar there because it's another city that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, and someday I think we will.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we will.
But for the time being here, we are going to stop and take a little break. And when we come back, we are going to hit our main segment in just a minute here. So stick around. And we're back.
And we're back.
Hey.
Bada.
So, we are back with the main segment for this episode.
It's what you've all been waiting for.
I am subtitling this, Everyone is Special, just some people are more specialer than others.
Would you like known as, you're not special.
Nobody's special. Would you like to explain what this topic is before I get into it?
Yeah, I told Dave that I would like him to do a little research on a little something called Indigo children, also known as like rainbow children, and there's another
and
one,
crystal children.
Crystal children. Basically, these are special children for a couple of different reasons, and it can kind of maybe go to a weird place, and I just wanted to know what these terms meant and what it encompasses. And Dave is going to tell me all about that.
Yes, I am. I'm going to tell you all about this. So, Indigo children, first of all, I should start and say, like anything else, with enough people interested in it, who can define things exactly how they want, it can mean a number of things to different people. But the root of everything, the start of it, is, and this I'm going to read right from Wikipedia for a definition. Indigo children, according to a pseudo-scientific New Age concept, are children who are believed to possess special, unusual, and sometimes supernatural traits or abilities. They are sometimes also referred to as crystal children or star children, which is one that did not keep coming up in my research. So the idea, or really the brief description of this, is that it was coined by someone named Nancy Ann Tapp, who developed this idea in the 1970s. She eventually published a description or a sort of a rubric or a framework in her 1982 book, Understanding Your Life Through Color.
That sounds like the type of scientific text
Right.
that I want to read.
Yeah.
And get some information on my star child.
Some real hard science.
Also, when I think of star children or star child, I think of the child with the weirdly formed head, the skull that they found.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
This?
Is there a kid with a star-shaped head?
It's not star-shaped. It's
That's what I'm picturing.
It's like remains that people always go to claim evidence of aliens.
Oh, okay. So like some sort of a strange...
Like an alien boned a human, and they got this star child.
Gotcha.
That's what I think of. Anyways.
So the term indigo, in Indigo children, as you will see soon, it's kind of in dispute. But the truth behind it is that this founder, Nancy Ann Tapp, claimed that everybody has a aura, which right off the bat I go, ugh. Everyone has an aura, and that aura has a color. She was a person who claimed to have synesthesia, and that she was able to perceive things that other people couldn't. And one of those things was a colored aura that surrounds everybody.
Okay, synesthesia is a thing.
Sure.
But it doesn't mean you're actually seeing auras.
It doesn't mean that what you're seeing is a thing other than a miscoded sensory perception. It's not more real than anything anyone else sees.
Right. And for anyone who doesn't know what synesthesia is, it's basically a linking of several senses together, or a couple senses together. So, I knew people that saw, like, musical notes or sounds as colors in their heads. Yeah. So when they heard it, there would be an image in their head associated with it. Yeah. People's voices could have an image or color associated with it. So that, I kind of get people thinking of that like an aura. I think someone once told me mine was, like, orange or like yellow with orange polka dots or something like that. One of my friends that had synesthesia. Okay. So I kind of get that idea, but synesthesia is just like linking of a couple of different senses. Yes.
The extra leap in faith for Nancy Ann Tapp is that she claimed this aura was indicative of strange abilities or extra abilities, powers or sensitivities or something that they had that other people didn't.
I can fly. And you can tell because my aura is purple.
That's actually not that far out, because she would say a lot of things like this. It actually wasn't a very new idea. The idea of the special, unique, supernatural, or gifted child is not a new one.
Everyone wants to think their kid is special.
Yes.
You don't want to think your kid is just like a kid.
Right. But more than that, she took existing ideas of, like, gifted or supernatural children and just added a layer on top. That's really her only real contribution to those ideas and there's a color aura. Modern day people who are into this whole indigo thing often dispute the entire beginnings with the colored auras because they know it sounds stupid, but that's where it gets its name.
So they're like, no.
It's not wacky.
Totally legit. It's not weird. These kids just have special abilities.
Bingo.
That's all.
Bingo. That's how they describe themselves.
Okay.
So, I will tell you this. I tried to find background on Nancy Ann Tapp. Mm-hmm. It was surprisingly difficult.
I bet she's a spy.
Well, I don't know about that, but I had a very hard time finding a detailed biography of this woman. I will tell you what I did find. She was born in 1931. At some point, like I said, she developed a type of synesthesia, which she documented in her book. She became the owner of this discipline, through this, the book and, talking about this. She became the owner of it, which she called colorology.
Would you say she was the owner of a lonely heart?
I wouldn't, but you could.
I'm gonna say she was. So, colorology.
Colorology. It's an attempt to turn it into a discipline. The study of auras, in which she taught students her new paradigms of consciousness and the timelessness of metaphysics.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you can see auras because you have a synesthesia, it doesn't really seem like something you can teach to someone else. They either have that specific kind of synesthesia or they don't.
But boy, oh boy, did she try.
I mean, you gotta have goals.
Yeah. I do believe she had this. I find it very plausible.
I'm sure she had synesthesia. I don't doubt that. I just doubt it meant what she thought it meant.
And then additionally, last piece of information, she died in 2012 in Carlsbad, California.
Okay.
A lot of, like I said,
Rest in peace.
A lot of modern Indigo outlets do kind of almost disregard her, which I think is a little bit sad in a way.
Yeah.
Because it's like crazy or not, she dedicated her life to this shit, including doing a weekly Tuesday column with people. Like, she really had a following of the people that are really into this shit.
Yeah, and it does kind of make me sad when someone really believes in something and works
I think she
really
did.
hard on it, and then years later everyone's like, that person, we don't talk about that person. It's like, you don't have to agree with it, but you have to kind of acknowledge
at least acknowledge the history. At least acknowledge the history. Don't lift it and walk away.
Yeah.
I mean, for better or worse, this all was popularized by her.
Yeah.
She gets all the credit and all the blame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, let's get into what makes an Indigo child, right? Mm-hmm. From her book, in her own words, Indigos are extremely bright, precocious children with an amazing memory and a strong desire to live instinctively. These children of the next millennium are sensitive, gifted souls with an evolved consciousness who have come here to help change the vibrations of our lives, it's getting weird, and create one land, one globe, and one species. They are our bridge to the future.
You start talking about vibrations, it's going somewhere.
It starts to get dippy. This is a thing that creeps its way into various aspects of this kind of thinking. That it goes beyond just talented kids or unique kids or kids with an aptitude or kids who are different to kids that are savior types.
Yeah. So basically they're going to accelerate us. So we can now survive the next generations, because these kids have special talents, special abilities.
Yes.
They're more intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be... The children are our future.
The children are our future.
But these children are really going to be our future.
These children are our evolution.
Yes.
Some of the crazier, modern claims include that, like I said, they're the next stage of human evolution, that every new baby now is an indigo. They're all indigos now.
Okay, I've met some babies. They're not that cool.
Some of them are not that talented.
They're not that cool.
They just suck.
And okay, guys, you have kids. That's great. And they're probably really good kids, but they're not that great.
They're not wizards. They're not Harry Potter.
They're just kids. Just let them be kids also. That's another thing that's kind of starting to irk me is don't put so much pressure on them. Just let them be a kid.
You're seeing ahead into where I'm going, I think. Because yes, I agree. This is a weird kind of pressure, and it changes the adult-child relationship in ways that I think are not good.
Yeah.
They also claim that reincarnation is a part of this paradigm, and that if you die, you will come back as an indigo, because everyone's indigos now, right? People born now may be incarnated from a previous existence on another planet,
Okay.
And people claim to have been abducted and then brought back with an indigo aura, like they've left the planet and then they came back transformed. So that's this is not everybody, but that's a large subset of these people, right?
Okay, so these are the people that are like, but she was just too wacky. But I was abducted and I have an indigo aura.
Right, the same people that are like, well, it doesn't really, refer to, her theories are like, but I got abducted by aliens. She was pretty crazy, but I got picked up in a spaceship.
But I'm for real.
So down to the personality characteristics. Indigos are often described as empathetic, curious, strong-willed, often perceived by friends and family as strange, possess a clear sense of self-definition and purpose, show a strong innate subconscious spirituality from an early childhood, and have a strong feeling of entitlement or deserving to be here.
Dave, I might be an indigo.
Well...
Except, I don't deserve to be anywhere. And I'm not spiritual.
Well, but there is something to this, what you just said there, and I would like to find it. It's referred to as the Forer effect, Forer, Forer effect. This is when attributes are so vague they can be attributed to anybody, the same way a horoscope can apply to everybody. Mm-hmm. Many of the characteristics of being an indigo child are things you can ascribe to any kid at some time or another.
Right.
Including high intelligence, intuition, resistance to control-based paradigms of authority. So if your kid doesn't want to go to bed, maybe they're an indigo child. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets the definition is deliberately stretchy.
Yeah.
Almost to the point that you could see through it to the point where it's designed to make sure everybody.
I mean, meanwhile, little Jimmy is just like eating canister after canister of Play-Doh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like your kid eats Elmer's glue like everyone else, man. I don't know. Yeah. It's a very deliberately oversized group of people that could be considered indigo children.
Considering that they're trying to argue that everyone's indigos now. Mm-hmm. And my other question would be like, when did that start?
That's a good question.
With millennials? Are we all indigos now? When did this begin?
The claim that person was making, and again, like I said, these are kind of splintered, and different people have different thoughts. But that person was claiming that it began in the 80s when this book was written, or late 70s, mm-hmm. and ramping up into the 2000s. At the turn of the millennium, everyone was indigos now.
The baby boomers just need to give us a break, because we're all indigos and we're gonna save your butts.
Yeah.
And we're just keeping an indigo down.
I'm not an entitled dick. I'm highly evolved.
I'm highly evolved. And also, I have a degree that I can't use because the economy exploded.
Boomers!
And I want some avocado toast. Just don't judge me.
Yeah, so that's indigos, right? The offshoots that you referred to, and this is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that there's not more to this, but I'll just kind of dismiss with it now. Crystal and rainbow children are more or less considered the same thing.
Just the same thing.
Okay. Now, the difference with crystal children is that they're sometimes described as, first of all, having a crystal aura by the people that still adhere to that idea. Okay. That they're more peaceful than the traditional indigo. They may speak late but communicate with telepathy.
Okay.
And that... Here's my favorite. They've always been around in small numbers, including Jesus Christ, who was a crystal child. You know how they know? It's right in the name. Christ, crystal, Christ. Huh?
I had a dog named Crystal. Does it mean Jesus was my dog?
Well, more specifically, the root word of Christ and the root word of crystal are completely different. Linguists go like, God, come on.
It sounds the same. They're not spelled the same. The root's not the same.
Yeah. It's a very stupid, new agey, modern, anti-intellectual thing to just be like, words sound the same. They must mean the same thing.
I'm rubbing my temples.
I know. It drives me nuts. Rainbow children, basically, no one can really agree on what they are. They're basically just an even more specialer version of an indigo child.
It's just they're just using different colors of the spectrum. And then the rainbow children, they're like, oh, Roy G. Biv. They're all good. They're just everything.
I think, basically, I sense an attempt to hijack something and try to make it their own thing when I hear these other terms.
Yeah.
It's just someone wants to add something, but they don't got nothing to say.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of gibberish. Like they forgot about Trey.
Like they forgot about Trey.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Moment of silence.
So, I want to move on now to what I consider to be what's really going on here.
The meat.
The meat in this sandwich, for me. It's worth noting historical and cultural context for when this became so popular. Because it is, on the face of it, a pretty difficult to believe thing. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people have fallen into it. And it begs the question why people are so willing to believe something so absurd. And I think there are good reasons for it. It happens to coincide this time period. I mean, this book is written in 82. Mm-hmm. This theory gains some kind of traction and steam over the following, say, 20 years. At the same time as this is happening, there is an increase in children being medicated and diagnosed for ADD, ADHD, and autism.
Okay.
Right? This is the same time period in which the plot thickens because there's a lot of incidences of this that are starting to alarm people, right? The most reasonable and sort of skeptical, answer as to why this is happening is because we're catching it more, right? We're making more diagnoses. I think we've talked about this even on this show before.
Every time that something starts to get diagnosed more often,
yeah.
There's at least a small group of people that start to freak out and say, oh, it's made up, it's not a real thing, we're drugging our kids, we're overdiagnosing. And sure, there's going to be some people that are diagnosed that are wrongfully diagnosed.
Yes.
But it's just from a place of higher awareness. These people were essentially slipping through the cracks, not getting proper treatment.
Yes. And
not being helped to the best of our abilities before, and now we have better diagnostic tools, and we're paying more attention, and we have drugs to address issues that we didn't before, and therapies to address issues that we didn't before. So, yes, there's more people with ADD, ADHD on the autism spectrum, but they've always existed.
Sure. And it's just really that people are becoming alarmed and aware of an increased number of diagnoses here, right? And people are pretty skittish about medicating their kids for good reasons, because some of those medications really change a kid's personality in ways.
Right, and it's good to be aware of what you're doing and the drugs that you're giving your kids and how that could affect them.
Yes.
And finding ways to address it with them. I just read an article recently about someone who was given ADD or ADHD meds, but was never really explained what they were or why he was getting them, and it made him feel really alienated because he knew he was being treated and he knew he was different, but he didn't know why. Sure. So
people are reasonably skittish about this stuff. It's very new to a lot of people.
It's hard for people to. We don't talk about our differences that much. We all like to pretend we're in the status quo. Yeah. And so it's difficult for people to have the language and have the discussions about, not everyone is what we would call neurotypical. Yeah. There's a broad spectrum of the ways that we can be and the way that those differences affect people's personalities and learning and things like that. Right. So we just, every time something starts to get diagnosed more, we have to learn the language and get used to it. And which is hard for people. Out. It's understandable to a certain extent, but we just we need to get familiar with talking about stuff again.
So the argument here goes that in the midst of that climate developing, there is all of a sudden, really out of left field and almost serendipitously, almost at the perfect time, this new agey alternative explanation for what are all really, when you go down the list of the behavioral things, the measurable, the non telepathic things, they're all really consistent with one or the other of ADD, ADHD type disorders or autistic behaviors, right? They're all very similar. Yeah. I was kind of struck in particular by this description of crystal children. that speak late, but communicate with telepathy.
Right.
And it kind of broke my heart. It kind of makes me sad to think about it now. Because, like, it's tough for a parent to come to terms with some of these things.
Right.
And who doesn't want the alternate explanation?
Who doesn't want it to be that, my kid isn't speaking late because there's an issue, or he's just different, he's on the autism spectrum, or he's got something else going on.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want it to be, no, my kid's just special.
Yeah.
My kid has telepathic abilities. He's not talking to me verbally, but he's communicating in this higher level way.
Right. And there's any number of ways that someone can fool themselves into really thinking this kind of thing.
And I get that.
I really sympathize with that.
I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be difficult that the way that you're used to communicating with people, you're not able to communicate with your child.
Yeah.
I understand wanting to believe
Yes.
something like that.
Where I stop being empathetic and start getting angry, and there is a line here, is that all of this stuff really is in service to the parent. It is not in service to the child. And in fact, it is at the detriment of the child that a parent lets himself think this. Because kids don't decide that their parents are going to not treat something that's going on with them and instead view them as like a magical child.
Right.
Kids don't decide this. It's really in service to the parent's need to feel like everything's fine. And so this is where I actually do get pretty upset. Redefining troublesome and unsustainable behaviors that will make a kid unable to function in the world as well as someone else. And instead of treating them, reinforcing them.
Yeah.
For the parents' sake.
Let's be clear. Like, if your kid has ADD or ADHD or autism or anything, it's not to say that they necessarily have to be medicated.
No.
It's just to say that
you need to treat it like it's a real thing. Treat it like it's a real thing.
Yeah, you need to address it.
Yeah.
And figure out the best course of action.
Yeah.
Not just kind of ignore it and say, well, no, they're just special. She's an indigo child.
Yeah.
And this is what she is. She's going to save the world. She's bringing these special abilities into the world.
Treatment can be a lot of things. It doesn't have to be a medication. It could be behavioral therapy. Or it could be like, parenting strategies. It could be a lot of different things. But to treat all of these behaviors as proof positive of like magic is in such disservice to a child.
It's lazy and it's unfair.
That's how I feel about it. So, on that note, let's move on to what I think is a very telling piece of this. Jenny McCarthy. Yep.
I keep the whole anti-vaxxer thing that's been going through my head the whole time. So
So let's get to this here. She was a notable Indigo believer.
I don't doubt that.
In particular, starting in 2006.
Is she an Autism Speaks person?
I don't know actually if she belongs to that organization. I have no idea.
Because I feel like a lot of these things kind of go hand in hand. Autism Speaks tends to err on the side of more being like for the parents and not maybe as much in support of the actual people that have autism. There's a lot of autistic people that take issue with the way Autism Speaks go about things.
I think very reasonably, because Autism Speaks treats autism as like a thing that we are a thing that is a thing we're going to eradicate. Whereas many people, who grow up and they were diagnosed autistic as kids, they go, this is part of who I am.
Yeah,
I don't want to be wiped off the planet.
Right. I'm different. I'm not wrong. I'm not a disease.
Yes.
I don't need to be cured. I just need to do things differently.
And for that reason in particular, I think it's fair to say Autism Speaks really comes from a perspective that is not really about people with autism.
Perspective.
A little bit,
and
yeah.
It's a perspective of...
I'm sure they have plenty of people, diagnosed with autism among their ranks, but by and large, their message is not, in service of people diagnosed autistic, I don't think.
Right.
I could be wrong.
Sure.
Someone can correct me. Send us an email if you think we're talking shit here.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to, remain ignorant if there's something I'm missing.
Right. I don't know if Jenny McCarthy is affiliated with them at all, but it's the kind of... the anti-vaxxer mindset kind of was among some of the people who are involved with Autism Speaks were big into that idea. Because they're kind of into the idea of it's something that should be cured or eradicated. Or fixed entirely, and not just something to address and work with.
Yeah, right. So, like I said, starting in 2006, she established a website which is now defunct. It actually didn't last that long. It made it about 2 years. It was called Indigo Moms. It was a community hub type thing for mothers of Indigo kids to talk and then sort of rejoice and celebrate and share stories or whatever. It's the root of it is, of course, a very positive mindset. It just relies on some wacky kind of woo to get there.
Yeah, every time we say Indigo children, I'm just picturing purple babies. Just purple kids.
Now I am. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
She, at that time, considered her 4-year-old son to be an Indigo child. Right?
So did she also consider him autistic, or was this before she...
We'll get there.
Okay.
At the time, no.
Okay.
She was, among the other things she was doing on her website, and this, I'm sorry, I copied verbatim, because it's a gold mine of weird.
Okay.
I found this on a website dedicated specifically to sort of like ridiculous pseudoscience, and I promise I will link it in the description because this is, a big part of this is something they pointed out. She sold on her website as a fundraiser in order to donate a large percent of the profits to a school for Indigo children.
Oh, no.
I know. It says to raise money for that, she sold a subscription to something called the Quantum Prayer Wheel. This is by far the most batshit thing I've ever heard. For $365 a year, I'm not kidding, $1 a day, you could subscribe to this service. I will tell you what it is. Bear with me. This is from the website verbatim. Dr. William Nelson, the creator of the EPFXSCIO, whatever that is.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Invented the Quantum Prayer Wheel. It is a quantum physics technology that uses a computer
Doubt it.
to broadcast the healing frequencies of prayer and healing information to energetically balance you continuously 24/7.
We would have to know the frequencies of prayer. All of this is just making me so angry.
Just like buckle in. Since our bodies are always emitting electrical impulses, the program can mathematically communicate information to your consciousness in the same language in which the body speaks. We use information unique to you to create an energy signature which establishes communication with you. It does not matter where you're living or where you are at any given moment. The Quantum Prayer Wheel interfaces with you through the function of your higher self, using subtle energies and information to communicate with your consciousness. This is the same way the EPFXSCIO works in long-distance sessions called subspace. I'm like halfway through. Seriously. I listen to this.
I'm smushing my face.
I know. I'm just watching your face get smushier. The Quantum Prayer Wheel sends corrective frequencies that attempt to eliminate stress potentials that can be present with certain imbalances. This is similar, I love this, to how an antivirus software scans, clears, and protects your computer.
Doubt it.
When inner stress is released, the individual's own natural healing abilities help improve harmonic resonance, resulting in increased physical, mental, and or spiritual health. Participants frequently report significant decrease in physical discomfort or blockages and increase in flexibility, relaxation, physical and emotional well-being. I'm almost done. The energetic balancing system may be the most advanced and effective subtle energy alignment technology available in the world today. Similar to a modern Tibetan prayer wheel, the Quantum Prayer Wheel generates and broadcasts 92,000 prayer frequencies per second directly to you.
92,000 prayer frequencies per second.
I don't even know what to do with the other.
Now I'm on board.
Included is a huge spectrum of balancing frequencies designed for optimum health and advancement in personal growth.
There was so much woo and bullshit in that.
It's so good.
I am so angry.
It's so good. It's like...
I can't even parse it. I can't...
I know.
Break it down. It's like, okay, so there's something that makes me really mad is when people use this jargon.
Yes.
They develop this jargon kind of scientific-y sounding.
Similar to what you ran into with the reptilians.
Right. Every time there's something out there like this, you run into this. You have to dig in so deep to separate it because you have to learn an entire new language just to understand what's happening.
Yes.
It's like my dad was talking to me about something at one point and showing me videos.
Yeah.
And I had to like go home and rewatch the video and like break down what the guy was talking about.
Yeah.
Because
at every turn it's something that doesn't mean anything.
School for a science.
Yeah.
It was over my head because it didn't actually make any sense.
Right.
But just someone who is less educated in that specific thing that the guy is talking about, it could
pass for science.
Legit.
It could pass for science.
Like science, except for a few key words that make me go, okay, that's pseudoscience bullshit.
There's always those red flags in there.
It makes me mad.
Usually energies or things like that.
Right, frequencies, vibrations.
Yeah.
It makes me mad because it misleads people.
Yep.
And people who don't have great critical thinking skills, they don't have a chance.
I know. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, even I, like, you know, like, I feel like if I was any less skeptical, I'm certainly not smart enough to refute most of this stuff. I'm not learned in any of the fields of some of this BS. So if I was any less skeptical, I'd be ready to walk into the hole too.
Yeah.
So anyway, this bullshit.
This has been Kristy gets real mad and gets on the soapbox.
So all that bullshit aside, the site shut down just a few years later. It was like, it started in 2006. It was dead by 2008. In that intervening time...
Are you telling me not enough people bought quantum prayer wheels?
I know. Surprisingly...
Weird.
I can't believe this guy took her for such a ride. That's what happened. This guy sold her such... I mean, she probably believed it too.
Well, the LMNOPQXYZ sounds legit, whatever that acronym is.
I know. It's got quantum physics in it, so you know it's good.
So you know it's real.
So yeah, it shut down 2 years later, this website. In the intervening time, and in the time that followed, she took on the crusade against the vaccine manufacturers that she believed had caused autism in her child. So basically, you can see the ride that I described people taking, going from, you know, like, this is really bad, this is heartbreaking, oh wait, no, it's a gift, my child is magical, and then kind of out the other side, but without anything to grab onto, and so going after, you know, vaccine manufacturers as what she thought was the most likely explanation. You know, I mean, I believe she's incorrect in that belief, but you could see you could see the whole roller coaster.
I feel for her in some ways.
I do too.
She clearly, I mean, I'm sure she loves her kids.
I don't think she's probably a bad person or a bad mom.
No.
I think she's just wrong.
She's wrong. She needed something.
Yeah.
She needed help is what she needed. She needed someone to sit her down and go, hey, these are the ropes.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, especially I'm sure at the time when when she had her kid and her kid was diagnosed, there wasn't as much information as there even is now. And even now, there isn't always enough help.
Yeah, right.
So
there's a lot of holes.
I feel for her. I think she really was just wanting the best for her kid.
Yes.
But it's easy to be misled.
Yeah.
I get mad at the people that do the misleading.
Me too.
She isn't guilt-free because she's done quite a bit of misleading herself.
Yeah. Well, she's got her University of Google degree, as I saw it described. You know, she spent enough time reading whatever she could find online, and she came out convinced. And, you know, it's an easy place to fall into, being dead convinced of something incorrect. And, you know, I'm sure I have those gaps in my knowledge and beliefs and opinions as well. You know,
we are not immune to this.
Yeah, I mean, we try pretty hard.
We try.
And we apply a lot of skepticism, which I think is about the best thing you can do to try and steer your mind.
We are cynical assholes.
We really are. We believe in very little.
Yeah.
That cannot be demonstrated.
Yeah. So, I have empathy for her.
As do I.
She also makes me angry.
I know. Well, she's a figurehead for something
Right.
And that kind of puts her in the crosshairs of anyone who's like, well, slow down.
Right. Another podcast that I really enjoy is Oh No, Ross and Carrie.
Yeah.
And they go experience things that are like kind of in the woo category.
Yeah. They take the dive into all kinds of strange beliefs, groups, cultures, cults, everything.
They go do the thing and tell you all about it. It's really great. And they have a good kind of skeptical mindset, but they also really want to be convinced of something. If it's there, they really do want to believe it. They have great positive attitudes. They did an anti-vaxxer couple episodes on that. It was really interesting.
I would love to listen to that, actually. I'll have to look that up sometime.
It was a two-parter. We'll listen to it sometime. So I suggest the whole podcast. Listen to all of it. There's a billion interesting episodes, but
they're really, really great.
If you want to know more about the anti-vax thing, you don't know much about it, or you just want to know what they think of it, they went to like what would you call it? Like a kind of like a conference kind of thing about it.
Like a convention.
Yeah, it was something.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Jam-packed with people with shady credentials or doctors whose doctorate was in history or...
Lots of different devices, because it was like the convention thing, so there was like talking, there was a quote-unquote march, but there were also people with products set up.
Yeah.
So, listen to that.
Definitely. It's a solid recommendation.
If you want to know more, it was interesting. But let's get back to the topic at hand.
Well, what I want to get back to is the conclusion. Because really, I have talked about everything that I know about this at this point. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of want to sum up what I think what is the sort of my takeaway of this thing. This shares a lot of similarities with a lot of these pseudoscientific, barely believable things. Mm-hmm. It's not very different in a lot of ways from some of the things we talked about with Alex Jones and his people, or, the reptilian people, or, any group of people that believe something that's, if not wishful thinking, it's like self-delusion.
Yeah.
It's rooted in a really real desire that I empathize with big time, which is avoiding something scary or challenging and replacing that very thing with like the mystical or magical counterpart for it, or to make yourself feel like you're really in the know about something, or to be special. Just to be special.
We all want to be special. We all want to think that the struggles that we go through are for a reason.
Yeah.
And that it means something more than just life is shitty sometimes.
In particular, every parent wants their kid to be special.
Right.
More so even, than themselves. I mean, it's a parent's biggest desire that their kid be something really great.
And especially if you see your kid struggling in some way or another.
Yeah.
It would feel great to be able to rationalize that and go, I know they're really struggling. It's just because they're meant for really big, important things, and they're really special, and it's going to be tough. Yeah. They're struggling really hard. They're different than other kids, but it's going to be great. It's for the greater good.
Yeah.
I understand wanting to feel like that.
All of that is born out of a really human desire that I can understand. And I just do want to, again, emphasize the flip side of this, which is I really think the kid always loses.
Yeah.
I mean, there was someone who made a claim which I could not verify. I didn't follow up on the research, so I don't want to make it like an assertion of my own.
Yeah.
But someone made the claim that very often this indigo child thing can be tracked with kids with parents that display signs of narcissism. And that a lot of this treating their child in this way could quantify as abuse on some level too.
Well, it kind of strikes me as like almost a Munchausen by proxy-esque sort of behavior.
It's another thing that's more about the parent than the kid.
Because it's like, well, maybe no one will buy that I'm special, but look how special my kid is, and then they get that attention.
Yeah.
So that could be some of it. I don't know that it's everyone that believes this thing, but I can understand.
I think there's a lot of motivations for falling into this, and that's probably one of them.
I did quickly want to talk about the fact, because we're talking about wanting to believe you're special and stuff, that I think you were too. We were both in the quote-unquote gifted program in school.
Oh, boy.
And there's no reason for these programs to exist. Because what the gifted program meant for me, so you take a test at a young age and they decide that in one or more categories you are functioning at a level higher than your peers. what that meant for me was in elementary school, I got taken out of my math class.
Yeah.
And put in the boiler room.
Yeah.
With other kids. Not joking, it was the boiler room. There's a little chalkboard in there, and there were like 6 of us.
Right.
And we had like, it was almost like an additional language arts kind of class. And then I had to make up my math homework, which I am not gifted in math. I struggled because I'm not horrible at math.
Yeah.
But I'm not great at it. I could have used sitting in that math class and not done the other thing.
You ended up having a harder time.
Right. And this continued throughout my whole education. I was a gifted student. What has it meant for me? Nothing. It didn't. I took some honors classes and stuff, but I could have taken those whether or not I was told I was gifted.
Yeah.
That emphasis didn't matter.
I hate to say it, but I think I had a similar experience with it.
I think it's a disservice. I absolutely believe in teaching a child to their strengths.
Yeah.
And if you see your kid is reading at a level beyond other kids, give them harder materials.
Yeah.
Challenge them educationally.
But don't fragment their education.
Right. Don't take them out of a class. Just don't do it that way. There are better ways to do it, and don't keep telling kids, well, you're special, you're gifted, you're special, you're gifted.
Yeah.
It ended up not making me any different than anybody else.
Yeah, to say nothing of the fact that it put a real pressure on that you could measure.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the feeling that, like, okay, these people are telling me that I'm performing at this level up here.
I'm supposed to be doing really great things.
And I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
Or even worse, like developing that kind of internal voice that says, yeah, I'm great.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. Like that kind of false confidence. Because when you get out there in the world, after all this education is done, you are the same as everybody else.
Right. Not to mention, like, when I was in middle school, I had a really hard time. Middle school was really difficult for me.
Sure.
And part of it was just, like, workload and stuff, like the amount of homework. And I am a slow worker.
Right.
And so that feeling like I should be better than this because I'm gifted.
Yeah.
Why is this hard? And it just...
It compounds problems that are probably already going to happen.
It doesn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also...
I think everyone meant well.
Yeah, they do.
They really did.
Do. But it just comes back to the root of, like, wanting kids to be special and wanting... It's good to encourage kids, and it's good to challenge them.
Yeah.
There are better ways to do it, and it's better to, like, work with that kid's strengths rather than just, like, say, oh, you're special, go do great things because you're special.
Yeah.
And just write it off and not really address the issue.
I think it is a very parallel experience. I think honestly...
They weren't saying we had special abilities other than just intelligence or
but it was
language arts.
But there was a very similar thing. It was it was an implication that you're different, and that's just not healthy to begin with. I don't think it's good for kids to really.
It's good to
get
recognize
that kind of
your
thing.
differences and the things that you are specifically good at and your strengths, and to grow those things. But it's not healthy to give kids this idea of, like, you're better than other kids.
It's a label that's not healthy for you to carry around in your head.
Right. It doesn't help anybody.
And in this case, to be specific about these Indigo children, I mean, it's not fair to them to have the things about them that need help or work or like some level of attention to just be gratified and glorified. So if your kid's particularly bossy, difficult, resistant, that's something you as a parent need to work on because they have to function in the world. They have to go to school and obey teachers because they just have to fit in the machine somehow. It's like not a pleasant thing to think about. But, like, we all have to figure out how to exist within the confines of, like, societal rules.
You have to deal with other people in your
Yes.
life in some way or another.
And you need to be told you're wrong sometimes.
Right. You can't go through life being like, yeah, but I'm the best and right.
Yeah.
I work with people like this.
Yeah.
I
It's
deal with people
insufferable.
like this every day. And it is so angering and so frustrating because you can't tell someone they're wrong if they're the kind of person that believes they never are. If you believe you're never wrong,
Yeah.
you don't learn.
Yes.
You don't learn anything. Now, I personally err on the opposite side of this. I think I'm always wrong, and everything is always my fault. And even if I wasn't there on the day that the bad thing happened, it was probably my fault. I somehow did it. I don't know how. I wasn't there, but I did it.
Obviously, that's fair.
But also, like, that's partially a lot of Catholic guilt. But yeah, it's if you tell a kid or tell a person that they're never wrong and everything's okay all the time, and they're the best, they don't learn.
You're making a worse kid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really...
We need really good kids, guys. Like, we need good human beings. Please don't fuck it up.
So if I could put a fine point on this, to conclude my thoughts on this, it's this. I think it's one thing if people want to delude themselves or if they want to follow something fantastical and believe in something fantastical when the only consequences are for them.
Yeah.
When you pull your kids into this thing and you parent them in such a way as to make them functionally incapable of operating in the world, and I really think that's what happens here. I don't care what your intentions are, you're a dick. Your kids deserve better. That's really how I feel about it.
Still maintain that idea in your mind and your heart that your kid is special because you're always going to think that, and on some level that's okay. But give your kid every opportunity you can to have a shot at doing whatever the thing is that they want to do and having every possible opportunity they can have.
Yeah.
Whatever that means for you. I'm not even talking monetarily opportunities. I'm just talking about raising children in such a way that they've got options. They're given the help that they need for whatever they've got going on, and they're not just written off as being special and that's it.
Yes, I agree. It's for their sake. I think a lot of this is about the parents and their wishes and not about the kids.
Yeah.
So that's all I have on it. Now, I want to say something real quick.
Okay.
I know I took a lot of hard stances on this kind of thing, and I know a lot of this stuff is
I feel like this is the episode that's going to piss people off.
It probably is. So, you know what? If you disagreed, if you thought that maybe I was unfair, or if you have something to add to this, please comment.
Yeah,
let us know. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe your parents raised you as an indigo child and you turn out just fine.
Yeah, if
maybe
you're
I
an indigo child, tell us.
If I've made some bad assumptions or said some really crazy stuff, by all means, please challenge us on it, because this is something that I have developed a strong opinion about, but that I don't really know personally on any level.
We haven't met anyone who's an indigo child,
or at least
an indigo child, or whose parents raised them as an indigo child. So if any of that applies to you, or you're raising your kid as an indigo child, you think your child is an indigo child, or whatever term you use for it, talk to us. Let us know. We are reasonable people, and we want to know when we're wrong or when maybe we haven't considered something. We have our opinions, but it doesn't mean we're inflexible. We want to hear what people have to say to us.
So by all means, if you listen to this, you had some strong feelings about it too, let us know. This show, in a lot of ways, I think can be a conversation with the people listening. So
I would like it to be that.
But that's it. That's Indigo Children in a nutshell.
Yes, this episode made me so angry.
I know.
I didn't think I was going to get so angry.
I was surprised, too, by how I felt about some of this. And honestly, just sad. I mean, like...
Yeah, I'm a little bummed.
I'm a little bit bummed out because, again, a lot of this... excuse me. A lot of this I can empathize with in a big way.
That's it. I think it hit our empathy bone a little bit.
Right. Maybe more so for children than parents.
Right.
But still, for parents, there's a lot to empathize with there. So.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think it was a good episode.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
I learned a lot. I hope you guys learned a lot. Or little goslings.
Oh, my gosh.
Hope you learned a lot.
I'm going to take a minute to get used to that.
Papa Goose over here.
I'm not Papa Goose. You find some other Papa Goose.
Papa Drag.
Excuse me.
Please communicate with us. Talk to us. Again, give us your suggestions.
And I was just going to say, and you will see us next week with another episode.
Yeah, you will. No,
Sorry.
That's it.
Yeah, that's so next week, episode 7 next week. Thanks again for listening, and we will be talking to you in the near future.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a nice week.
You've been listening to Goose Chase. We are Goose Chase Podcast on Facebook and Twitter. On Twitter, our handle is @GooseChasePod, and our website is www.goosechasepodcast.com.
If you have any topics you would like us to research, please email us at goosechasepodcast@gmail.com.
Want to go on a goose chase?
Ooh, yes.